Well, we know that movement is medicine, and that's especially true for expecting mothers. My next guest says that daily exercise can be a game changer for moms to be, but with so much mixed advice out there, it's hard to know what's safe and how much exercise is okay and what benefits you can expect. So we're breaking it all down for you, sharing what to do and what to avoid when you're pregnant. Martie Nightingale is a certified nurse midwife who also holds certification in menopause, lifestyle medicine, and prenatal mental health at Intermountain Health. She joins me with advice. Martie, I love this, and I think it's easy to say you're probably an advocate of women working out while they're pregnant.
Most definitely. We know that exercise in pregnancy can reduce a lot of risks for women. It reduces your risk of gestational diabetes and high blood pressure issues during pregnancy, so it's definitely a good idea.
A good idea.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are a lot of people saying, do this, don't do this, don't do this. And as someone who is pregnant, I feel like sometimes I can get a little bit overwhelmed of what I should and should not be doing. So let's break it down into a few categories, starting with advice for women who are already pregnant and new to exercise. What should they be doing?
Yeah, that's a great question. So if you are not already exercising during pregnancy, I think it's good to choose something that you enjoy so that you're motivated to do it. And then you want to start small, just a little bit every day, and then increasing with intensity and with how much time you're doing it every day.
Okay, so these are things like walking. These are things like a dance class. What kind of examples would you give?
Things that are safe. So stationary bike, walking, yoga, things like that are all safe to do.
Okay, great. How ideally, this is ideally, right? We're all trying our best. How much aerobic activity should pregnant women be like aiming for every week?
Exactly. The recommendations for adults are the same for in pregnancy. It's 150 minutes a week.
Okay.
And then increasing to 300 minutes a week will give even more benefit.
Yeah. I think it is. It's also not only a benefit for our bodies, but for our minds. I was telling you, I have 2 little boys. My chosen love, I love to get outside and walk, especially because they're outside and I'm getting all of their energy out, but the mental benefits almost outweigh not outweigh, but I feel the mental benefits immediately.
Right.
Which is so helpful. So coming back to this question, does a simple walk or stretching like yoga have other benefits?
Absolutely. We do know that any movement or any exercise is better than zero.
Yeah, right.
And we do see benefit with even just a little bit.
Yeah. You have 7 benefits of exercising during pregnancy. What are a few of those?
So we know that it decreases complications, like I said before, with the gestational diabetes and high blood pressure issues. It can decrease the length of labor and risk of C-section, decreases excess weight gain, and then also helps with that weight loss afterwards. It improves our mood during pregnancy. Decreases pain, like back pain, pelvic pain, things like that. It also decreases a risk to our baby. It actually decreases risk of gestational diabetes or diabetes for baby afterwards, decreases risk of high blood pressure, asthma, allergies to the baby. So it changes the genetics for the baby. So that's a big one.
I was going to say, I'm really surprised to hear that.
I know.
Is that extra blood flow, those types of things, that stimulant, that's interesting. I've never heard that one before. If you're a pretty active person, what are some safe types of exercise for someone who's expecting that's already pretty active?
So for those moms, if you've already had an exercise program, you can usually just continue. You're going to want to avoid contact sports, of course, anything that would, risk injury. You want to avoid things like skydiving, scuba diving, things that are pressurized, of course. Things where you're high risk of injury, like mountain biking, skiing, things like that. Towards the end of the pregnancy, last trimester, where your balance is affected, you want to just be really cautious of things like that, like your mountain biking, skiing, ice skaters. We've had some ice skaters where they maybe started falling just because their balance is affected. So you just want to be careful of those sorts of things.
That's good to hear. My balance has been affected, even just in high heels. I'm like, okay, yep, we know. Just really quick, any advice for help preventing issues with that bladder control?
Yeah, that can be
when
that
we're
can be
jumping
hard.
around,
I mean,
all the
we
things.
have baby's pressure. Our muscles can be a little bit more weak just because of the hormones. Kegel exercises are great. There's a lot of online programs that you can do. If a home Kegel exercise program isn't fitting the bill for you, it's just not enough. You can do pelvic floor physical therapy. Your provider could refer you.
Yeah.
And so that can be a really great help during pregnancy.
What a great reference. I love that resource. Talk to me really quickly about childbirth. Is there anything we should be cautious or focus on maybe after or during that childbirth time?
Yeah, that's a great question. Right after baby, Kegel exercises are great. We can do some core strengthening and stability exercises right after. You can, the week after baby, we can start doing those.
Yeah.
And then we want to be cautious about any sort of activity or exercise that's going to increase our bleeding. So we want to be careful about ramping up too soon.
Right.
If it's increasing bleeding, we should probably be backing off of those activities.
That is so good. Martie, thank you for all this info. I think it's really helpful. We'll connect you to Martie from our website. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.